Her eyes are weird. They're on the side of her head like a frog. Also, that's knocked over. That's strange.
Books about ancient history, I think.
One sec.
Everything okay?
No, sorry, just responding to a message.
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks.
Books about
These books
good excuse.
Thanks.
Okay.
Books about geography.
Skip.
Nah.
Books about
Wait,
insects.
they're empty?
Well, theoretically. There's not a
The
single book
insects
on that
ones
shelf.
are.
Huh.
Huh.
Oh, except for that one on the floor there, if you want to click on that.
Book
Of course.
on the floor. Fundamental entomology.
I guess somebody dropped it.
All I'm thinking about is that one scene from Phineas and Ferb.
Books about
Yeah.
space.
Where,
Because I ain't got rhythm.
Well,
I ain't got
it-
rhythm.
Stephen Smart's talking to Perry the Platypus, and it's like talking about the study of words, and he's just like, I should look up the word for if this word is the word for the study of words. Turns out etymology is the study of bugs.
What exactly does that mean? What is must?
Must.
Good point.
You ask such stupid questions.
Bottom.
Nice. Sure. Why not build a science lab in the corner of the library?
The search for new knowledge. The archiving of old knowledge. It's downright poetic.
True. Snow globe.
Is that a snow globe?
Yay.
Of sorts.
Yes. Huh.
Hey, look at that.
What?
It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake.
Why do
and
the mountains
those
look so
weird
glassy?
mountains. What are you thinking?
Probably
That
because of
would
the
make
lake,
an
maybe?
amazing
I don't know.
souvenir.
Steal it.
Hey, look at that. What do you
That
think?
would make an
Can I not take it?
Nah.
Fine.
It's just there to give you an achievement.
Oh yeah, there. A souvenir.
It's an illustrated book about birds.
And it's been
Ooh,
left
birds.
open. Looks like somebody was half
Oh!
reading it.
Oh!
It was left open for us to find.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
Yes. The ink dip
Alright,
is
it's
a
that
remarkable
plant.
intelligent bird with very long lifespan, even among avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it. Loves life alone. It has a particular feeding habit, only eats the seeds of the Tantum amica, pictured. Wait, that looks like the
That's-
plant that was in the room, kind of.
Yeah.
And those birds
Also-
look like the birds that are in the thing. And
That looks
that's
like a knife.
the feather murder weapon! It's not a
Also,
knife,
there's
it's...
a very interesting term in the wording there.
What, the ink dip?
No. Read the first paragraph again. Well, not paragraph.
First line.
but-
It's remarkable bird with a very long lifespan, eat among avian mystids?
Yes.
So it's very smart?
Well, the fact that misted is capitalized compared to everything else means that that's a term.
Huh.
Well, pay attention in case that word comes back up again.
Sure.
I'm not sure. Soil samples?
Oh yeah, we have more bookshelves to look at on the other
Sure.
side.
Oh
Why
god, there is.
not build a
The
science
search for the archive is downright poetic.
Bird.
books about birds?
The shelves are about half empty.
Oh, so you're the shelves are half empty kind of person.
Slap.
You knew this already.
True.
Books about nature?
It's musty in here.
What exactly does
Must.
that
You
mean?
asked.
What's on the chalkboard?
What? Oh yeah, I was gonna
The
click at the backboard. I'm gonna just look around.
Okay.
Wait, that one kind of looks like.
Books about geography.
Skip.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh,
Why
It's
okay.
downright
Sorry, it
poetic.
looked like it was being zoomed in, so I was like, all right.
A chalkboard.
Mhm.
Is this a library or a classroom?
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Math equations.
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
Pff, yeah, Matt does that to me.
What about the chart over on
Any
the
idea what
second?
this means?
Not a clue.
Any
Alright.
idea what this means?
Not a clue.
Okay, E's regards to numbers. So 1,
I feel like
2,
we
3,
can't solve
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And each one is 191, 193, 190. there's not a consistent add to it. So
I don't think
191 to
we can do it
192 is adding
right
2. And that equals a question mark.
Don't give yourself a headache.
195.
I feel like they're telling us to leave this
I don't think
stream.
I learned anything from that.
Alright. Oh!
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Where are her
excuse me.
eyes like
Taking all
cybernetics or
environmental
adjusting?
factors into account, there must be
Like,
something
dude,
still missing.
her eyes are there, and then they flip
Talk to you?
forward.
Miss,
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Oh no? How come?
because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
She sounds like Dendy from,
Speaking of which, you have now been at
OKKO.
Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis.
me and
The
me
Yeah,
editing.
come on, Grimoire,
Double
yeah.
check that.
My apologies.
Rough guess that and put a
I must
time,
at
like
least
put a
meet all
number
the
on screen
suspects.
right now.
And
Rough
that
guess it.
includes you.
Because if it
So,
is about 23 minutes, we're gonna
you
say
tell me
holy
when.
shit. If not,
Fifi fellow,
you lied.
microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Was Fifi on that list of names?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of names, so I don't remember everything.
One's
Well,
self
it's 'cause
cannot be
Fifi is a
summarized
nickname.
in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow.
Mhm.
So does that make you the daughter of?
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
But we still need information, lady.
You said
Sorry.
You were a micro something or other.
Microbiologist.
But it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made
This
you
really
want
is
to
just
become a
Dendy
scientist
from
in the first
OKKO.
place?
I harbor
Let's be
an
heroes.
intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead.
What?
It automatically
That's why it
adjusts based on the
adjusts.
surrounding
Instead of
light
going
conditions.
here, it flips
Does it glow
forward.
red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
At least she gets the joke. But again, like, look, they flip forward to look forward, and then go to the side, kind of.
What can you tell me about the murder?
Also, I
What
just
can you
love how
tell
she
me
just
about-
gave us the explanation of
Wait,
herself
That's
and all
what
that.
I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
Mm-hmm.
I just need to know what happened.
Me too.
She's worried.
So talk.
Fine.
Me
I
too.
knew ahead of
Start
time that
talking.
Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh.
Oh.
Good.
Okay. Strange. Oh, let's get the
I
statement.
was in my room. The lights
Okay.
were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door.
Mm-hmm.
I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
What?
She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and
Uh-huh.
Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
This, don't worry.
When I saw Freya lying on the floor,
Okay.
I was completely and utterly devastated.
Mm.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy
Good to
and I
know.
took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You
Hmm.
performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Hmm. Interesting. So it seems we're gonna have 3 more. Okay. There's some statements.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age 44. Profession unknown.
Wait a minute, 44.
Dislikes unknown.
It's her
Isn't
mother.
she your
That would be
mother?
nice.
How do you not know anything?
No, 44 is wrong. The age is wrong.
I
think.
believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I
I'm
have
go-
little capacity for interpreting nonverbal.
I'm going with
communication.
her being nice to her
And
mother.
How long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
Hmm.
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
So something happened before Freya died.
Okay. So I was just responding to somebody.
Name, Hawkshaw. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
Destroyed.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya?
So she didn't do it.
recently?
I will
Most
say
likely.
this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do
Hmm.
you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted.
Mhm.
1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Hmm.
Sounds like quite a team.
True.
Name, Fiona Fellow.
She
Age,
talked about herself like,
19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you related to the other fellows?
destroyed.
This is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
Hmm.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly 1 grandparent.
Okay. We're just gonna... Yes. Okay, Fitz.
Name,
Sure about this.
Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes
Cryptobotanist?
electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist?
See?
I thought he was just a gardener.
That
Hmm.
may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Okay.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, it's not like your eyes are on the side of your head.
You've got to be just barely 5.
So what's your problem with him?
Barely 4.
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was
Mm-hmm.
making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was
Okay.
also carrying a knife.
Got above the ding there. Is that all? No, he was just carrying.
Well, we have this evidence to show her.
Okay.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And
Oh,
she
bird
lived
lady.
in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Hmm.
The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends
On what?
How hard your
on
teeth
the
are.
structural integrity of your teeth. That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of
It's like she's a
egg-shaped
bird
carvings
lady
to be
kinda.
found in the garden and in the grand hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Yeah.
Some people just like eggs.
I mean, eggs are good. I like nice poached egg.
Is she
That's an
laughing?
interesting reaction.
At the tape?
at the very pink tape.
Maybe she
The
broke it.
gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya.
Hmm.
Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Okay, that at least narrows it down.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
Hmm.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding.
It is the
I ran a
feather.
test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It
Hmm.
was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly
Wait a
viscous.
minute.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
Wait. I just had a thought.
Sure, let's hear it.
I feel like I'm gonna be right on this.
Okay.
So there's the blood splattering. The blood was used to paint the feather. Clearly. Or whatever, right?
Yes.
Maybe she
There's
couldn't get the
blood.
color consistency right with the paint, so maybe she like pricked herself or something to get that
Maybe.
blood.
Maybe.
Which means that, hey, now the color consistency is right closer to the feather. So that means that puts the knife in the room. Well, I mean, we knew the knife was in the room, so she had to be stabbed somehow. But the point is,
I mean,
she'd have to get the color consistency.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
Well, the clay
A
color's
whole
not much.
pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Hmm.
so
The red paint on the
essentially,
brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
there was
So
no
Freya
red
added
paint
the
at
blood to
all
the
for the
painting
entire
herself.
It was
thing.
all blood? What the hell?
Blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Just the way she stared at us.
Hmm.
No, we only know that it's blood, not even that
The
it's
statue
Freya's
itself
blood.
does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp.
It could be
I can't
anyone's
decipher
blood in
their
that paint.
meaning.
True.
We're working on it.
We are.
But, I mean, we're trying to find
This
some kind of answer.
belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
Hmm.
What happened to it then?
Huh.
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Yeah, thanks. We figured that.
Right. But why?
I do not know why.
I like the little flump on her hair when she
What
adjusts.
is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive.
Like everybody's got the little
Gardens,
bounce.
Unique architecture?
Must be worth a fortune.
See?
Why do you
Mhm.
ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family.
Damn.
This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite
Ah.
That's a lot of inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi.
True.
If you don't want the house, just tell them.
Exactly.
Or just sell it. Who cares?
Money.
You sound like her.
Oh.
Wait a minute. We're starting to get some info.
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at
Ah.
the crime scene,
Could be the
Apart from
feather.
one in the painting.
which, as a mere abstract representation, does not count. Nobody
I
has
mean,
ever been stabbed
that
by
very
the
much could
concept
be a
of knife.
feather. Not
The
a knife.
concept of a knife. My mental projections shoot knives at you.
I'm reminded of an SCP, to be honest.
An SCP?
Fifi's bed
Yeah, there's
should be on
An
the-
SCP that's basically the concept of a shark.
Can't
It
wait.
kills people.
Interesting. Okay, looks like we got all that here.
So,
First floor.
do you want to go up? We can go to the music room, or we could go up one of the towers.
Nah, we're going room by room. Okay, goth girl. With a very lovely piano score. Hello.
One artist, one scientist, one musician.
I notice. Shiny.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Why didn't it?
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
Uh-huh.
What's with all the broken glass?
There we go. I was gonna
That's
say.
Hello, Buggy.
Yeah. Shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue. Inside the horn, it looks like something caused a note to crack the glass. Okay.
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them.
They're pretty.
It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
Sheet music. It's handwritten.
And
That's
thrown
a lot
everywhere.
of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Probably why they're on the floor.
You know, this kind of makes me want
Plays
like
the violin, I
vertical strings in
pretty
Minecraft
dusty.
to do like paper lanterns like this.
So
True.
I'm guessing
Because like you can only really do chains, and chains don't work well with paper lantern designs.
No. It's too bad you can't make string
it's a glow.
into it.
For globing.
Like you can put string on the ground, but like
Yeah,
that's
not
not-
as
Plays
a.
the violin, I
It's
wonder.
so I'm guessing nobody.
1 old wooden bookcase.
Yep.
25 dry old books.
25. That is not 25. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, there's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
4 lit.
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing the problem?
maybe click on the ceiling real quick.
All right, you got your wish.
Spooky murder mansion?
Spooky
Spooky
murder
murder
mansion.
mansion.
Alright, you knew that was there.
I knew that was it. I
That's
forgot where
daylight,
you had
right?
to click on that for that one.
What else would it be?
It's one of those big pianos with the open lids.
Clang, 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 clang. Oh god, it's
Yeah.
got
Don't
teeth.
touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
Why don't more things use scary haunted pianos?
Or like scary haunted objects. Oh god, her eyes just shot open. What's up,
Are
goth
you a
girl?
ghost?
Sally! That's
That's rude. Are you?
unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Ah,
She is
That makes you a
super
suspect,
goth.
I'm afraid.
If you're
What's your
not
name?
dead, you're a suspect.
I'm a pointer and a pianist.
we'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
By the way, why did she come along with us?
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in
Sally.
the wrist,
She's our assistant now.
and 13 years of dedicated practice.
And 13 dedicated practice. No, but did she just decide to join us?
Well, I mean, like her last job probably got
I'm
shut
just
down
a
after
man.
the owner
There's nothing
died.
wrong.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer, the professor.
Also, her
spends most of his
hair,
time hidden away in his tower.
like
Barely
her
supposed to
head,
alone these days.
it's like
Especially
Conehead's
not the
messed up
fellows.
cousin.
Do you get on with the fellows?
Don't focus on
Fifi
Sorry.
and Freya are my
focus on the
closest
pain that
friends.
animes
All
have to
turned
deal with this
19
hair.
last year.
I know, like it's a cloak, basically.
Leave Tangle Tower?
Yep.
I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away, definitely.
Mm.
Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi,
What?
things are more complicated for her.
Because
What
she's the
about now?
inheritor.
After what happened,
Yeah.
I really don't want to stay here much longer.
Just a blank stare.
3.5 hours of piano practice, soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not
That's
hurt
a
your hands?
Good way to destroy your hands, to be honest.
Oh, dude, gaming is about the same.
No, I
Carpal
prefer to
tunnel's a
practice in my room.
bitch.
When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I mean, you're doing a lot more with your
supposed
hands
to
with
meet Fifi
piano
in the
than you are with
library.
gaming.
Oh yeah, because
It's
you're
like-
like moving it and going across.
You're
and-
moving
down there.
every single thing.
Oh, yeah.
with-
I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Hmm.
Was it just you up there?
No, Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
Hmm.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
They've been making out. All right.
Official
Fitz and I
statement
were
time.
up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon.
Okay.
Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying
About
to
3
decide
seconds.
how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal. But different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower. So we went up there to check. Her door was locked.
Okay, this coincides.
I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Again,
Wait
hey, it
outside.
coincides.
Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do.
Wait, she said she was standing.
So I ran
I mean, let's
downstairs
give it
to
a
get
little bit of a
Fifi.
bank.
Her door was still locked.
Okay.
I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in.
Okay.
The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me.
Well,
She got
Fifi did
angry.
say that she was
First
crying
time
in her
I've
room
ever seen her
beforehand.
angry.
True.
I dragged her out into the hall. My
Okay,
father was
again,
there too,
coinciding.
for some reason. The three of
Again,
us went back
coinciding.
up to Flora's
Yep.
tower.
Again, we're
Then
getting
Fifi
pieces,
arrived.
but again,
I had Penny
everything's
with
like there are
Fifi had
definitely
this
parts here
idea.
that are not
She wanted me
lies.
to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done,
And again,
she
perception
went
is
upstairs and
important.
Yes.
I went back to my room.
Because what someone perceives, someone else will perceive differently.
True, but so far, like, of all the stories we've heard, there's a lot of things that are definitely matching up and we can say are not lies.
Well, Poppy is one of the more active people during this whole mess.
Hmm.
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell.
Oh, this is the poems you're talking about.
Fit for dealing
Yeah.
with the shifting form
She's got 8 of them.
Stand unblinking in the face of Taciturn.
Wait, there's 9
in
characters,
silent
though.
space.
Does she not give a
Yeah.
poem about herself?
She does not.
Oh.
You can go ahead and ask her about herself.
Surging
I will in a
tide,
second.
The waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still,
Mm-hmm.
pulling strings, enacting will. That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Wow, listen, just because you were in the swamp at the time of the murder for Remington don't mean shit.
I mean, she was on a list of murder suspects.
Free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul
There are
untied,
technically
it's
hints in
hers,
these.
it's great. Was then, is now, will ever be.
That's actually pretty, that one.
Yeah. But yeah, they're all
Between
poems
the
except
lips,
for
a
her.
Oh, I
silver
know.
spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen
A silver
dwelling of her
spoon?
heart, unjustly chosen to depart.
Hmm.
Lost her liberation.
Well, she
maze.
has a massive inheritance, to be honest, of 2 different families.
And she doesn't want it. I mean, she
Yep.
technically doesn't want it, so.
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
Okay then.
By the way, which tower are you thinking about going up?
I mean, we're on the right side. Let's go right.
Alright, Pointer Tower first then.
Yep.
So there are 2 families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows.
Huh.
4 fellows.
What's
Oh.
the connection between them?
Yeah.
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally.
Okay.
So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the fellows and the pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
Hmm.
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
So she's on her own here with her dad, effectively.
Well,
something
there's
I
another
noticed
pointer in the house.
about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle.
Exact right?
Particular to Freya's body.
Yeah.
And there's
So
only one
straight
small
in?
pool of blood.
Yeah.
Nothing on Freya's hands
Hmm.
or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
That is strange.
This is mine.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Good
Maybe
point.
someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
Also, it does have her music on it, right?
No, that's the other one.
Oh, this is the one that's like the gentle humming, right?
Yeah.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. See how old this statue is?
Mm-hmm.
What about the symbols?
Can someone
One of
clean
them
the
looks like a piano
statue,
keys.
please?
Please, just get the
Yeah.
moss.
Weird.
Looks like it's got a weird hairline.
Don't look at me.
Like,
didn't
I
do
realize
it.
it's copper,
Does
and you
anybody
probably
else use the
can't
music
get the
room?
glue off of it, but still.
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
It's like with the Fitz and the
Yeah.
garden.
garden.
It's
That belongs
When
to
you're
Everybody
the
knows
only-
their room.
when you're the only person using a room for a
you
majority of the
greenhouse?
time,
Yep.
What
you
did you
notice
think?
when things are out of place.
Impressive, I guess.
Yeah, true.
But kind of unsettling with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that.
This whole house is definitely haunted mansion, creepy vibe. Of the people we've met, we've got
Well, you can just look at the picture right now.
yeah. I mean, we got the silent Dark Souls boss waiting to happen, Flora. Like the weird matriarch, the interesting dark mysterious past, Hawkshaw.
Who is mysteriously hired by someone else.
Yeah. To investigate something well we don't know. We got Fifi, who's way interested in microbiology and science. She seems chill. A little out of it, but you know, she's okay. The lumbering Goliath, quiet gardener, and Goth.
What was inside?
Nothing.
Okay, she doesn't really care about that.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who
I
else would
secretly
own a
like
tape
stars
this?
and puppy dogs.
Literally anybody. It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Okay, get another detail.
When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anyone...
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Okay.
Exactly. That's stupid.
But
No,
you
that's
would've
smart.
missed
That
out
would have
on an
been
important
helpful.
clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything.
Oh my god, she's going super goth.
Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff.
An important
Freya would
detail.
always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself. Like getting all your sheets.
Wait, so
lined
she
up
like
with
stabbed
lines.
herself? Hold up.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress.
She was
yeah.
saying basically like
Even more
she
black.
got all the paint on the palette first.
Yeah, but that means the blood was on the palette first, so she must have stabbed herself, took a
Well,
little dollop,
there's
put it
blood
on
in the-
there.
There's blood in the paint pot, meaning that it's entirely possible the blood was already in there and had
Yeah,
nothing
she's just
to do
like
with the paint.
bleeding
Addressed
out
to anyone.
pigs to get blood.
Or signed by anyone.
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you.
Okay.
Well, here's something to note.
Alright. Poppy's
I
bedroom is
wonder what's in there.
What?
Note that that Fifi said that the gramophone wasn't broken broken until recently.
Yep.
And Poppy is saying that the paint pots weren't broken until recently.
Okay.
But both of those events happened recently.
True, and the
last-
horn's broken, and the glass is broken. So things are breaking, and they're very recent.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So up Pointer Tower?
Yeah.